Heavenly Father, please provide for us and my brothers and sisters who are dealing with some things when it comes to relationships and love and marriage. Please give us some messages. Please give us some messages. Please give us the messages that we need to hear. Give us the messages that we need to hear. Give us the messages that you know we need to hear, Heavenly Father. Give us the messages that you know we need to hear. We ask for, oh my word. No, I don't think that's it. Give us the information, Heavenly Father, that we need to hear. All right. I think these two might be more on the money. This one is the one that flipped over I saw first. And then this is the next one. All right. Just so this will not be extremely long, I'm going to leave it with these 4 cards here. We're going to dive in and see what's going on. So the first card that came out was stay optimistic about your love life. It says positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. I just want to say some of you guys could actually be in a union, a marriage even, a committed relationship, and there could be a rough patch going on. And in those times, I know it is extremely hard to stay optimistic sometimes. When you and your partner are not seeing eye to eye, or when you guys are both, seeing the flaws in the other and pointing them out to one another. Because you care, but it could be in a misguided and misdirected way. It can be extremely hard to stay optimistic. This to me is encouraging you guys to stay optimistic. Keep having faith in your union, in the power also that you two have of the Most High within you to create the life and union that you desire. For those of you who are not in union and you are desirous of it, this is a reminder to keep your vibrations up. Don't become this person that's like, F love, I don't want it, ain't no real nigga. Like, don't begin to operate in that negative Nancy or negative Nate energy. Because it's going to bring you exactly what you don't want. Okay, that's that with that. Some of you guys could be experiencing not necessarily an engagement. I don't feel that as that right now. Not saying that that's not what this energy is. There are some of you guys who very well could be getting ready to be proposed to or engaged, but even more in the traditional sense. But there could be some of you guys who are already in a committed union. Okay, but maybe you felt that there was still some form of separation somehow between you guys, and this energy for me, for you guys, is saying that what you've been, the closeness, maybe even the type of commitment that you've been hoping for is coming. It says your love life is ascending to a higher level of commitment. You could already be with your person, guys. You could already be with who you're supposed to be with, and or who you are, destined at this time to be with right now. And it just could be that maybe you haven't been sure, or they haven't been sure, or both of you guys have kind of been unsure about your union. But that mindset, it's going to shift. Something is going to shift. Something's going to shift in the mindset of the male or the female, and you guys are going to begin to go up in your union, in your commitment. Healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. I think this is absolutely amazing for this to come out in this spread too, because in my angel therapy card spread and the spiritual guidance spread for this rising, this came up. This was the overall energy of the spread. It said parents. So I know that this could very well be, this is definitely obviously about relationships. I kind of mentioned that it could allude to relationships as well in the spiritual guidance reading. If you guys happen to come across this reading first, please go and after this watch the other reading. I think it'll be amazing. The other energy of that reading of the former one was that there are addictions, there are behaviors that we are exhibiting in this union, in our current unions. I think that this is really heavily applying to current unions right now. Not saying that this is not about new ones, there could be, but I really feel overall that this is really something going on with the union that already exists. Okay, this already exists. Okay, with that being said, the issues that are plaguing right now, you guys' union, is that there is some unforgiveness of parents. There's some unforgiveness of parents. Your man could have some resentment towards his mother. You could have resentment towards your father or your mother for that matter. And literally, the things that you feel that you've endured or that you had to deal with or that you saw your parents deal with one way or the other that you don't want to have to deal with, okay? Or that you do want to, or maybe even the energies and behaviors that you do want to exude, they are affecting your present relationship. They're affecting your union. For example, maybe there's a guy who realized that his father was a player or a hoe, I was going to say. I got to keep it real. And maybe that was something that, they wanted to grow up and do. Or maybe they didn't want to do it and are still yet exhibiting these signs. In the spiritual guidance reading, it was saying to invite the angel Raphael in to ask for healing and to give you wisdom on how to heal yourself. For the ladies, maybe your mom has some situations or some mannerisms and characteristics that you have also picked up. Or maybe there are some that you actually avoid like the plague because you don't want to operate in the energy, whatever energy that is that you feel that your mom was operating in. For me, I remember I used to think that my mom was weak, but really I found out that she just loved. And she was willing and she was devoted to the love that she had at the time. But in the other reading, I also got that us forgiving our parents and also us realizing that we have some of the same energies and patterns and behaviors and thought processes like our parents at this time are also going to help us have compassion for our parents, understanding of our parents. Okay, so that's also what this could be about. If you can forgive your parents about the same energies that you are also evoking at this time, whether you want to or not, then you can also forgive yourself and make the necessary changes. Let's just say you found out that though you didn't want to be like your dad or though you didn't want to be like your mom with some of the negative traits and patterns that you feel that they exhibited, but now you see, oh my gosh, I still am acting like them. I can feel it or I can see it and sense it with the other people who are around me, with my love. My love is telling me the same things that I used to hear, or the same things that I used to hear my mom telling my dad, or vice versa, the same things I used to hear my dad telling my mom. I'm exhibiting these characteristic traits. I need to change something because I did not want to do that. So I need to change something. And we can invite the angels in to ask for guidance on how to properly do that. So that in our unions, so that we can change the things that, the things that didn't go so well that we saw that we didn't want to have in our unions, we can actually effectively change it. Just saying that we don't want something or that we don't want to be a certain way it doesn't change it. You can still exhibit the same type of negative patterns and behaviors. It takes us having the knowledge of it and the proper way and the proper information to change our behaviors or our ideas or our, thought patterns so that we will not operate that way where we once were. So, with that being said, guys, I really feel like heavily, this is just more confirmation that many of us we're being plagued. Our relationships are literally being dominated by our fears. Okay, things that we didn't want to have to ever experience, we are still experiencing, or things and behaviors and ideas that we did not want to be a part of because maybe there was a negative connotation based upon what we saw with our parents or didn't. We are now manifesting those things, and we are being asked to pay attention to what we're manifesting so that we can heal it. Because as of now, our old past trauma because of family issues are affecting our current unions, hands down. And for those of you, now moving from the people who are in union to those who are desirous to be in union, this still says to you that you might need to take this time while you're in your singleness to work on the family issues that you have, to dig within yourself, to reflect, see what patterns do I have that have been directly attached to that of my parents, and maybe of some unforgiveness that I have towards them. Deal with that now before you get into union. Deal with that now before you get into union. That's what I would say to those who are not currently in union. But I really feel heavily that this is already a union that's already here. It's already here. It's already here. Also, I didn't exactly know at first how this card might have applied to the overall energy of this reading, but now I kind of feel that I do. This says past life relationship, and it says you have known each other before. The way that I feel that this totally resonates with this reading so far is that your lover reminds you of your parent. The person that you are with literally reminds you of either, like if it's a woman, they remind you of your dad. If it's a man, they remind you of your mom. And so whatever issues that you have or that you had with your mom, whether it be secret or known, your lover or your spouse, life partner, they exhibit some of the same stuff. Or even if they don't, you're so afraid of them doing so that maybe you have some type of issues with control. But this right here is definitely telling me that you married your mom. You married your dad. And that's for better and for worse, okay? Or if it's not marriage, you are engaged with a person who reminds you, who brings up these issues for you, dealing with your parents that you need to heal. And that's what the whole past life thing is, okay? That's what that is. All right, so that's that with that. I just wanted to put that out there now that I kind of felt like I had an understanding of that. And right now the spirit just said to me too, that even if, let's just say that there's also a past life relationship that you guys have actually known one another before. This could be that you guys had a contract to come together for the purpose of each of you helping the other heal the issues that they had with their parents. And the last and final card here, it says to make the effort. And I'm looking at this like this is the advice to both people involved in this union. We need to make the effort to heal our family issues. Some of you guys, because Remember how I said a little bit earlier in the reading that there are some things that are going on where we're maybe not seeing eye to eye with our person, or we're being able to see so many of their flaws, which really stem for us from our past with our family, with our, particularly our parents. So we're seeing, like, if you're a woman, you're seeing the negative things in your mate that your father exhibited, and your spouse or your lover is doing the same thing. And likewise with them, they're seeing, you know, their mom, if it's a male, they're seeing their mom in you. And these things you both are like going at each other about. You have maybe some resentment towards one another because, wow, it's not really because it's you two, but it's because of the past issues with your family. And I need to stop saying family, with your parents in particular, that you really have fought with and issues with. And the reason that this union is here is to help you heal those. And I'm hearing that the way that you can heal those is by forgiving your parents. So in essence, you forgiving your parents will give you compassion, not only for them, but for the person that you're connected to. I'm hearing you need to love. I'm hearing that you need to stay optimistic about your love life. It already exists. This is already a union. Stay optimistic about it. Put your hope and your faith in this union. That's what's going to help you heal. And then what even came before healing was engagement. And remember, I mentioned that some of you guys, this engagement has everything to do with the union that you are already presently in. You could already be married. But these issues that are plaguing your union right now, it's going to lead to your ascension and your healing. Like, it's already in the works, but we are being instructed to make the effort. And I feel like it's a beautiful thing that stay optimistic about your love life was the first card that comes out, and make the effort comes out last, because I feel like they go together. Like, the reason that some of you guys can make the effort here in this particular union, that you're going through some issues that really stem from the way that you guys both felt about your parents. Okay? That's what brought you two together at this point in time, so that you could heal those things. But at this time, with what you're seeing, or the ugliness that each of you are seeing in the other that is coming out, it may cause you to have lost hope in this union. It could cause you to feel like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can make it. I think I want to leave. I don't think this is right. But Spirit is saying, no, 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 no. Have faith. You're right where you're supposed to be at the appropriate and appointed time for a reason. Have faith, and it's going to bring the romance. Even if you're already in this union, which I heavily feel this reading is for somebody who's already in union. And it's saying, make the effort. It says, great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided to take. The steps that we have been guided to take is healing family issues. Healing family issues. So without further ado, to the group of y'all who this is definitely your current circumstance, and you are already in a relationship that you love your spouse, you're committed, okay? This relationship is going to ascend. You guys are going to begin to come together. You are going to begin to become, in a deeper, more committed, more unified union. But healing family issues and making the effort to do this is required here. And another thing that I'm seeing is that this actually, here's another way to see this. Some of you guys are engaged, or some of you guys went through this period where you met each other. Both of you guys were being optimistic and positive about love. Y'all might not have been with anyone, and then you guys found each other, and then y'all got together really, really quickly. And part of what brought you together, again, this says past life. Remember, the overall energy is past life relationship, and I told you that it has everything to do with this healing card too. You guys were literally brought together. Your relationship literally happened because of your parents. Like, you guys were both attracted to one another, whether you even knew this or not. But it was for the purpose of healing your family issues. Real talk. Like, that's what I'm getting. And so now you are being instructed to make the effort, because it says great love is worth taking the steps that you're guided for. Like, you guys may actually be considering leaving this union because of all the brokenness and all the hurt that's coming out. And maybe right now you guys may feel like you're not in this energy of ascending to a better part, to a deeper and greater commitment, to a higher level of commitment. You may not be feeling that right now. You may not be feeling that right now, with all the fact that you can see the brokenness of your loved one. Just like likewise, they can see it in you. And you may be over here thinking, I don't know if I'm able to deal with this. There are 3 people in this car, and for me, I feel like, because it resonates for my whole situation, but it could for someone else. Some of you guys are dealing with a third party situation. And the truth is, it's because it's coming from this person, this child's concern about some stuff that happened to them when they were younger, or some things that they witnessed in their childhood that has totally shaped how they view, for some, if it's a woman, how they view men; for others, if it's a male, how they view women. And these are the things that are affecting, and the word plaguing keep wanting to come out of my mouth, because that's what's happening. They are plaguing your union. But Spirit says, go ahead and make the effort to heal these issues. And you know what I think that means? That means going within ourselves and being real with ourselves and addressing these things within self, instead of trying to point it out in the other. But also, I also feel like what making the effort means is also continuing to think positively about this union. That's also what I feel like making the effort is going to look like as well. Allow the love of the Most High to make you work on yourself, and just have compassion. Continue to offer forgiveness, not only to yourself, but to your parents if you have not already, and more importantly, to your loved one who is bringing up these issues for you, because they are pretty much like your parents again, reincarnated. And this is how you guys know each other. You act like my daddy. You act just like my mama. So I know you, or we feel that we know each other already. That's the reason why. Anyways, without further ado, let's see. Yeah, soulmate was right underneath that. But anyway, long story short, let's get some clarification. Let's do some clarifying real quick. See what signs could very well be a part of this reading. Again, anytime I do this part, guys, I know that all signs this reading could resonate with everybody. I know that. What I'm asking for in particular is for the signs whose energy maybe this is highest for, that those be revealed at this time. Sagittarius. Oh, no. That ain't gonna do it, honey. That ain't gonna do it. All right. Okay. How many cards is that? Is that my number that I wanted? It's 6. We're going to do one more for new beginnings. That's my number, 8. So we're going to do one more. All right. Here are the people that really need to hear this message at this time, who this reading could also really be resonating for the most. Yeah, so I'm going to put these out, and then we will go ahead and let you guys know who they were. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, it's 8. All right, so the cards that came out were Aquarius, Virgo, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Libra, Scorpio, and Sagittarius. Again, I'm aware that all signs this may resonate with, because I know it resonated with me, and I'm a Leo. So, at least that's my sun sign according to the tropical, but we won't get into that. Moving on. I pray that this really helped you guys. I pray that this resonates with all who come across this video. Don't worry if your sign was not called. If it resonates for you, all praises to the Most High. It is your reading. If it does not, and you are still one of the people, one of the signs who were mentioned here, okay, no problem, guys. You know, no problem. None whatsoever. I'm going to say peace, love, and light to you guys. I love you with the love of the Most High. Shalom.